Hey.
We're here, and my neighbors decided they choose this moment to be loud in the entryway. My apologies.
So, everyone, welcome to our finale stream. And we have guests with us, and our guests are the beautiful ladies from the Girls Gone Canon podcast, Chloe and Eliana. Hey.
Hello. Thank you for having us back. We're so excited to be here again.
Yes. Thank you so much for having us.
It's a BJ's Romper reunion.
Oh my God, finally. Oh my God. That really was the last time we were all together?
Yeah, it was.
I think so.
Well, what an occasion to come back for. Oh my gosh.
There's always Dunkin' Egg.
Oh, nice. Don't tease me with a good time.
Right? Speaking of Dunkin' Egg, they dropped the teaser to Dunkin' Egg today.
Y'all saw that teaser. Alisha, we were just talking about a backstage stop.
What did I do? Okay, you know what? Never mind.
Anyways, you guys, we are going to cover Dunkin' Egg. That's on the agenda. And we also do have little housekeeping at the top. We do have plans for after the season. No, you do not have to wait 2 years. We are coming back in 2 weeks for our season 3 kind of prediction stream. So
it's a promise this time.
Later.
It's a promise because we know how mad y'all got.
Like 2 years, but it's okay. This time it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Yep. All we ask is 2 weeks. We'll be back. A fortnight, yes, but on the Monday instead of Sunday. But we'll give you all more details on that a little bit later. But I guess from the top. Oh, actually, before we really get into it, I just want to say a quick shout out to Jay Kakar in the chat. Thank you for the super chat at the end of last episode. It came in right when we were getting off. So I just wanted to say thank you for that and just, shout you out and thank you for coming back this week. So I guess ratings. How we feeling about the finale, ladies? I guess guess first.
I was like,
who wants to guess?
This is it, Eliana, you first.
All right. I think I give it an 8.5. I thought it was really strong. God damn it, I keep saying that, and I'm like, it's a pun every single time. Sorry. But I thought it was really fun. There were a lot of things that like Chloe and I have been mulling over that we were able to be like, oh my God,
we were right.
But also just so much interesting stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm gonna go 8.8. I'm feeling a little stronger on it. I feel like there was some stuff that got a little meandery, but I still really loved it. Maybe I'm just really thirsty. Maybe when you're in a drought, you just love everything you're getting of Ryan Condal and team adapting the books in full, all of them at once.
Mostly a
what little bit they have.
Yeah. No, he's doing a feast for crows. He's doing a dance with dragons. We had Dario and Naharis in this episode, like all over. Dario's everywhere. So that's an 8.8 to me.
I'm with it. I give it like an 8. An 8. I really liked it. There's one thing that bugs the hell out of me. We'll talk about that when we get there. But most of it I thought was very good. And one of the things you guys know I've been on and on and on all season about Harrenhal. Oh my God, AHS Harrenhal. When will it end? And Harrenhal like completely made my jaw drop when I saw what they did at Harrenhal. How they ended it. So liked how it started, like how it ended, the middle, the mom stuff. I just did not like.
It got a little bumpy. I'm not gonna lie. The thing that I know is weighing you down is why I'm surprised you gave it an 8. To be quite honest, I thought you would have went like more in the 7s. But I feel like the Harrenhal stuff really did a lot of heavy lifting to make it that 8 for you.
Yeah. The Harrenhal stuff confirmed like 2 of my theories, so I should rate it a 10.
Oh, I know, right? oh, we're gonna get into that.
Oh, yes.
I know we're gonna get into that.
I can't wait to gloat.
Oh God, this is gonna be great. It's gonna be glorious, but we'll get there. I'll say for me personally, I give it an 8.9. Almost a 9, because there's like, well, we're gonna get into our favorite scenes in a little bit, but like most of the Harrenhal stuff kind of for me as well. But I do feel like it towards the end, it felt like it was dragging a little. Like, I don't know, the way they set, like I could tell it's clearly a setup for 3. Like it's very clear setup for 3, but it just felt like, I don't know. I just wanted a little bit more because it kind of reminded me of like end of season 6 where you have like Jon being crowned, Daenerys sailing off, Cersei being crowned, but that had more weight to it. I think maybe because they're only focusing on 3 people and how their lives are paralleling one another. But
also the sept had blew up, so
yeah, that's
there's that.
Maybe we also lost a little bit of that high. Oh, Cersei got hers.
I think Sheep Stealer was supposed to be like the set blowing up for us, and it wasn't. Like it was supposed to be big. That I feel like that moment was supposed to be big and impactful, and it wasn't. For me,
I think if maybe Rhaena had more scenes.
What are you talking about? She had like 30 minutes just wandering through the wilderness with her little purse.
Oh my God, she does have a purse.
I also feel like, and we'll obviously get into it, but it's like they had just enough for like another half episode at that point, and they really needed at least 1 to 2 more episodes in total. It's kind of a bummer that HBO didn't want to put their money down, put their money where their mouth is.
Yeah.
Just 1 to 2 more.
Yeah. Alisha, how'd you feel?
I kind of want to check in at the end. I kind of want to check in at the end of the episode and see if I change my mind at all, because I tend to after we've discussed it. Right now, not to be a Debbie Downer, I'm sitting at a 7.5. It wasn't I keep saying this, but I feel like it was a really well done episode that could have been an email. It just felt like weird as a finale. Like the episode itself, like the content of the episode was really amazing. Where it kind of falls short for me is I feel like it was amazing for book readers. There's just a lot of like, oh, this is great as a book reader. This is like if I were to rate it as a non-book reader, I don't think I'd get as much satisfaction out of it. And that's why I kind of dock it. MJ and I are kind of going to be at odd ends about this, but I really feel like that moment when Daemon leaves Harrenhal and he sees sunlight for the first time in 6 episodes, it really made all of Harrenhal make sense to me, you know? So, like, as mad as I was that we got 6 episodes of Harrenhal, I do think they wrapped it up pretty nicely. Like, it to me, it made it all worth it, especially like the Weirwood vision and all that. I don't know. It's really strong episode, but I'd say 7.5.
Fair.
Yeah, that's fair. I want to get a couple ratings from the chat. We have from Quanell Pullins a 10, from Michael David an 8 out of 10. That's Chaos Theory 9 out of 10. Ando with a 5 out of 10. Dang, they got lower than you, Alisha. We got Little Wolf Liana with a 9 out of 10. Gave me trailer vibes, but I loved it. We were talking about that a little bit before the episode started, that it felt like a trailer for season 3.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
We got from Fernando 100 out of 10. That episode made my whole week.
Real.
Whoa.
No, I feel that.
I think, yeah.
We have from Steph Sarzinski at 8 out of 10. From Noah Pignon a 9. And we'll get a couple more here. We have from Skrizzle a 9.75, fave of the season. And from China Moon a 9. Actually, this might be a little early to ask you guys, but they just made me think about it. Favorite episode of the season so far that you guys can.
Yeah,
we could come back to this later. Let's. We want a
Rook's
shelf on this one.
Craig's like, I don't need to.
It's Rook's Rest for me. It's Rook's Rest.
Okay, it might also be Rook's Rest for me.
Mine's Rook's Rest.
I might like Red Sewing just a little bit more, but again, that could be the fire and blood lover within me.
It's also totally a legitimate pick for the, because I would pick that as my second.
Yeah, they brought the wow. I feel like it was those 2 episodes are the strongest for sure.
Yeah.
Ha.
Not only that, with
Alisha,
Red Sewing, the Sarah Sun bit.
That's
what dreams are made of.
I literally can't even help it. Like, I know that's such a like silly little thing to love, but I love it. I love it.
Alisha?
I think she might have stepped away.
I don't know. It would
she's
no, I'm here. It's just that my audio is delayed again. So if it sounds like I'm interrupting you, it's just a delayed audio because of course. Yeah. I would say I don't know. I don't have a favorite child. Maybe later today I'll say I don't care for Job, but I don't know.
Real.
I was going to say, so, well, I know you said you didn't have a favorite child, but before we get into our favorite scenes, so maybe you can think of that favorite, I do want to get into some super chats. We have one from Michael David. Do we think Alicent assumed Larys was going to sneak Aegon off, and that's why she was able to agree to his beheading?
No. I don't think she knew. I think she was cool with it because she wants to protect her daughter. She's looking at this like Rhaenyra says a son for a son, and Alicent is like, okay, well, I guess a son for a daughter. I'm gonna give you Aegon, but I'm gonna take Helaena and Jaehaer and I'm gonna dip with them, and they won't have to live the same life I lived.
Yeah, I also agree. I don't think she knew because I think that there's weight to it if she agrees to it because it's something that we've seen in her character arc that she's been wrestling with this whole season as well as last season. And it creates a sense of, there's a lot of things I think in this episode that create a sense of dramatic irony that we, the audience, know that he's not there and then she does not. And then it'll also create a sense of like betrayal and like it's dramatic, right? But like her and Rhaenyra butting heads about that next season, but also like when you think about it, it has like parallels even to the decision that Stannis has to make, right? Regarding his own child of like, well, am I really willing to like sacrifice my own child, whether I'm close to them or not, if it is for the good of the realm? Like, what is the meaning of sacrifice and the prices that we pay?
Yes, preach.
Yeah. Like, what is the cost here? Yeah, I definitely do not think she knew.
And like because Aegon's gonna be gone when Rhaenyra comes, Rhaenyra's gonna think Alicent
Betrayal.
it was trickery.
Oh,
She never forgets a slight, real or imagined.
Nope.
Oh, that's
Dungeons.
Oh. I wanted them to kiss.
I thought they were
put her
away. I thought that's what you were maybe holding back from me.
When she's like,
I thought they were gonna. I thought she was gonna lock her up.
You hear me? Like when she's like, "Well, what do you want to do now?" I'm like, "A bed, the two of you together." Sorry, guys. I have dreams.
Oh,
I just want one day to be fulfilled on this show.
Gosh, Rhaenyra's already got a husband. She can't take another wife. You know, she's got a husband and a wife already now. It's too late, Alicent.
Yeah, but we can all dream. We have some other super chats. We have one from the movie buff. The prince that was promised has been in plain sight all along. I know the Dany haters are fuming.
Yup, it's real.
I can think of.
I feel like a lot of
have a Nicki Minaj meltdown as we speak.
I feel like a lot of the people that are like, "Oh, bad writing," are just like Jon Snow fans, and they hate that he wasn't included in that.
Oh yeah, that's right. He wasn't.
I mean, we can't all be important.
He's important, but he's just not Azor Ahai.
Daenerys important.
He's just not Azor Ahai.
Yeah,
it's okay. Can't win them all.
And it still felt like there were traces of him in there in some aspects, like not in that part of it, but like just obviously before the White Walker vision flashed and everything. Like it still felt like he was there, but he just wasn't the subject. And I know that makes people sad, but I mean, as Maester Aemond said, we never looked for a princess. It's right there.
Yeah.
It's like all right there. You know, if we just look at all the clues. We have another super chat from No Opinion. No Opinion? Oh my God, No Opinion. I am so goofy. That's so clever.
That's good.
You're clever. Sheep Stealer looked dope. I did like how Sheep Stealer like looked kind of scraggly a little bit.
Yeah, she had Sheep Stealer they had
interchangeable
like white spots, like white patches.
Yeah.
I love that. And definitely the curly wings.
I love that. Yes, there it is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love this.
Is that white? Is that white spots, or is she just a muddy?
It looks a little muddy, maybe.
Maybe because the veil's muddy as heck.
Wow, he's just like Thailand. So muddy.
Tyrod.
Thai man.
That was such a good bit.
That was my favorite.
You actually literally said,
what
a
bit.
good bit.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, we have another super chat from Nigel. Sacred Order of the Green Men. Raven Alicent said, "Bay, run away with me." Helaena showed she's tougher than them all. 10 out of 10 spectacular. Give me 14 of them right now. So the little antler guy by the tree.
Green Man. Order of the Green Man. I was freaking.
Yeah, when I heard his little hooves clacking, I was like, oh my God.
Like they really did that.
Yeah.
I was like, I love people that read books.
They're leaning all the way into the universe. Like they're leaning all the way into it. And I love that.
I think that's really cool, right? Like that Ryan Condal, even if it doesn't necessarily always work, he's trying. And I think that's awesome. Like at least he's trying to adapt it instead of just ignoring it and the magic.
Yeah. Don't ever tell us he's not a fan. He's a fan.
Yeah. He's a big fan.
Oh, clearly. Yeah. Like you can't contest it at this point. I want to get to 2 more super chats and then we can get into our favorite parts of the episode before we really dive in here. We have a super chat from Julian Kane. Super chat, just a crown gray. You called Daemon.
Cheers. Thank you.
So if you guys don't know, if you want to explain that for the folks at home that may not know what we're cheersing to at the moment.
Okay, so spoiler alert. In the books, Daemon goes missing. Like after the Battle of the God's Eye, he's never found, but Aemond is found. And it's my idea that he actually becomes a green seer, like the green seer before blood, the green seer before Bloodraven. So a lot of I theorized that Daemon was going to find out about like the White Walkers and stuff. I thought it was going to come from Nettles because I think Nettles is like a woods witchy person, child of the forest, like Jenny of Old Stones. That's the vibe that she gives me. Like their relationship seemed like a teacher student relationship more than like a lover or a daughter or whatever. So we know that Sheep Stealer like goes away, doesn't die. I don't think Daemon dies. But even in this episode, like we kept saying, I feel like some of the stuff that I thought would happen with Nettles was given to Alice in the show, where like we keep seeing this black goat or this black goat at Harrenhal, which could mean a lot of different things. But a lot of people were saying it reminded them of the black ram that Nettles slashed the throat of before she leaves Maidenpool. And for some reason, Alice is sitting on the bed crying right before she shows Daemon this vision, which we know he's leaving the next day. Which is, I don't know. But basically it's that he's a green seer, and then I go through all the similarities that he has with Bloodraven, and then Greyways Tim like added on to it, and he goes into way more similarities than I ever thought that Daemon had with Bloodraven. But Daemon's also Bloodraven's great grandpa. So for him to see Bloodraven in the vision and for him to touch the tree like Bran did, girl, I was clapping, jumping like, oh my God, one of my tinfoils has came true. But obviously not so tinfoil.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I like it.
Clearly not. Just look at him.
He has two eyes though.
That's the only downside I have to this is the fact he has two. But you know what? If he's seeing him like,
But was this before he lost his eye? Was he connecting in the tree? Was he like going in the tree before he lost
grass
his
fields?
eye?
Like maybe exactly.
Because he's way older than that by the time he gets
that's true.
Ingratiated into the tree.
Yeah. Also, we don't know that he can see out of both those eyes.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry, wildly live speculating. What if this is him in Harrenhal in the future? Obviously, before he gets thrown over the wall. Because, I mean, his mama is a Blackwood, so some trips to the Riverlands isn't out of the question.
That's true.
But that's not what we're here for right now. That's a lot of theorizing.
That's far in the future, or maybe not so far.
Yeah,
maybe time's a wheel here.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, Duncan Egg's around the corner, so
he's coming. It was a perfect way to put him in for Duncan Egg, though. Too he's gonna. We're gonna see this guy, right? Yeah. Maybe.
Oh my God, this man has a
Duncan
job.
Egg. He has
so happy for him. This man has a fucking contract, probably.
Honestly, they probably plucked him right off the set.
Yeah, they're like, you got a job now. You're hired.
They were like, we'll just shoot this, throw it in post, quick little edit.
I mean, he really does look like he's a really good Bloodraven. I like it.
I do.
Look at his Gen Z middle part. Stop. Okay, wait. What about, we gotta say he even did the birthmark, the Weinstein birthmark. That is
props.
And made it turn into a raven.
Which is the whole thing.
Right.
I mean, it's really hard not to get excited about this. It's really hard.
What do you guys think about them not including Bran the Broken, skipping Bran and just going to Bloodraven?
I think it's smart to just do that and keep it like reined in, right? Especially because this is the Targaryen show.
Yeah, and also it's about like his line. Like, does he have a stronger ability to see the people coming from his line as opposed to other people that he's not blood related to? And he's like got no relation to Bran. He's like, I don't know, who's this random ass kid?
What do you guys think about them changing the way the White Walkers look? Like, when they had a lot of footage they could have used of the White Walkers.
Yeah, I didn't. I was very caught up in the moment. Some of us only got to see it just about an hour ago, and let me tell you, I will say I did unfortunately get spoiled when it got leaked. I saw a couple tweets of the vision, but I didn't see all of it, so I didn't have all the context of the stuff going on in the vision. I didn't expect to get this jump scare, this ugly jump scare, but I don't know. I think it's fine. I think it's fun to have their own little weird take. I don't know if they had the budget for a bigger take and B-roll. I don't know how that would work. Steal from the old show.
Yeah, I would have just taken from the other film.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was surprised. Like, is there like, I don't know, some weird contract or payment thing that like prevented them from doing so? That like my only assumption is it's like weird meta shit. But yeah, I guess he kind of looks like the other generals, like, so it's fine. But you know, it's fine if he's not like from Dathomir. It's whatever.
You know, and we only got to see the one main one. Like, what happens? Where's the other boyfriends?
I mean, that could be them. Like, what if this is them like before it had like the series, you know?
Yeah,
like
that's early, the other,
before the
hasn't gathered the rest of them.
Before Carasser gives them all his babies.
Yeah.
This is the beginning. This is just the beginning that awaits them, maybe over the wall. Here she comes on her phone. I know the lore. I saw last episode and the episode before.
She knows the deep lore. You were there when it was written. All right, we have one more super chat, and then I wanted to get into our favorite scenes. So we have a super chat from Marcus Taylor. Thank you. I think House Beesbury captured Otto, and that Otto will take the role of Hobart Hightower in the books instead of dying at King's Landing. By the way, big fan.
Interesting.
Fire.
All
I
that.
like that.
And blood.
Go Marcus. Hell yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, no, I'm with all that.
That's an interesting idea.
I didn't get to watch the like the House the Dragon Built or any of the after interviews because I came straight here to see my girls. So I wasn't sure if they were going to answer that maybe or just make us wait till next season. So I'm glad that this is a good this has to be it. This is the theory.
Yeah, especially where it's like with Otto, like the last we hear is that no one has been able to get in touch with him. So they do answer that.
Oh yeah.
In a way.
No, grandpapa.
Or papa. Depending on who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys think Larys could have took him?
Gotten him taken out?
Interesting.
Or taken out?
Because Aemond is like, find him and bring him back.
And there's a couple cages, it looked like, in their little entourage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's possible, yeah.
I do like that they like vaguely cut around so that we don't necessarily know. Like I think that was cleverly done. Those jerks.
Right. I'll say we had another super chat from someone else that's also kind of related to this from Taylor. Thank you, Taylor. Two things. There were things in the trailer, not in the show. And why was Otto in a cage? I need details. Yeah, I think we'll find out more about what's going on with Otto in season 3, which, I mean, that's not really saying much. But what was in the trailer that wasn't in this episode?
Alan in the armor, which is in you guys' intro.
I was looking at that.
Oh yeah.
Not at all this.
No, wait, they showed him. They showed him with his armor.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was rowing out to
he was in that sequence.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
I'm sorry, but this is like our 30 minutes right after the episode first impressions. We're here doing it live.
Yeah, now Taylor, actually, let us know I'm curious as to what was left out.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. I saw Thessarion.
Taylor said.
I thought that happened in that episode where she saw Criston Cole, and we were like, everybody's like, go get him, and she didn't get him.
I don't think she screamed like that though. I think maybe they cut it from that. To be fair, unless it's her with something cut from season 3. Like maybe they started filming things. Who knows?
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. All right. One more super chat, and then we're gonna get into our favorite parts. Sorry. It felt right. Thank you, Julian Kane, for the other super chat. I was looking forward to a real dragon battle since I was a kid. After 13 years of waiting for me, Rook's Rest takes it. This was in reference to what we were talking about, our favorite episode of the season. So I think, the consensus for us would seem to be Rook's Rest. So with that being said, what's everybody's favorite scene of the episode?
Oh, okay, I'll go first. Mine's like a little silly, but I don't care. It's my favorite scene. The mud wrestling, just because we got the dyed Tyrosh here. That's the reason why it's my favorite. I was like, Ryan Condal gave me Tyrosh. They dyed the hair. There is hair dye. It is real. It is book accurate Tyrosh.
Dario is canon.
I'm sorry. I was so excited that they had the hair dye. I was like, wow, they gave it to us. They really fucking did. Ryan Condal would have given me Fagin.
Yeah, Ryan Condal would have given us Fagin. He would have given us Dario.
He would have given you Strong Bellwise.
Stop. Oh, you're right. He would have. Oh my god, he actually fucking would have. Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
Why are you talking? Why are you reminding me of things I didn't have that I wish I got to have?
But we're getting them now, right now.
We are. He is adapting all the books at once. It's great.
It's amazing. All
Except
at
for
once.
like one thing. We'll get to that, but
Yeah. And I believe Shakara Lohar was Philosophy Tube, if I'm correct.
is that like what kind of man are you? And then they mentioned philosophy. I see.
Exactly. It was a wink.
If by some chance, Ryan Condal, you watch this stream, can you also give us Courtney Penrose, please?
Yes, please.
Yes. Yes.
Put it on one of the two. Put his persona on one of the two Allens, and I'll be happy.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
Give me one of them.
Yeah, Alan Beesbury. Give me Courtney Penrose, Alan Beesbury.
Interesting.
Wow. Oh, okay. I don't know what my favorite part really like. Okay, my favorite part was very obviously Harrenhal, but I feel like that's a cop out. You can't just answer it was Harrenhal because it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I did love, and we'll talk about magic, I'm sure, but I loved a couple little nods that made some of our own theorizing that we've been doing come true. There was that great scene with Bela and Jace where she's like, you really need to chill going through this puberty. You really need to take a deep breath. It's not about you. But I love that she said that, do you think you're the first noble whose father wasn't actually the king? Like, do you think that you're the first? Like, who else? Maybe, and we've been talking about this, especially over at our Patreon, not like Rhaenys, Aegon's wife.
Yes.
Rhaenys the Conqueror? Is
It's
it
funny.
all a lie forever and ever? Because I think so.
I had that in my notes.
Yeah,
for this scene.
Yeah.
I was like, Rhaenys child is not Aegon's. LOL. None of you guys are Aegon's kid. LOL.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still related. It's just your uncle instead of your dad.
Yeah. Well, the woman is important too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From his blood. He is of my blood.
I guess I have uncles. That's true.
Yeah. I like that Jace is also getting like a personality, even if it's not one I vibe with. Like, even if like,
he's
bugging. Like he's definitely bugging out. But at least he has a personality now instead of just like number one boy.
Yeah.
He's doing something. And I think that especially with what's to come in the books, there's going to be him parting, maybe not on good terms, and seeing what happens after that will be very interesting, right? In the gullet.
I know. Oh my God. The moment in this episode when they're like, do the gullet. I was like, no.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. I was like, Chloe, how much time do we have left in the episode? Is the gullet
I was like,
gonna
it's
happen
over
now? And then it like ended, and you're like, and then we're like, that's it. But you were like, the gullet's not this episode. I was like, fine, the gullet's.
There's
not
no
this
way.
episode.
It's you need time.
Yeah.
I feel like episode 9 was supposed to be the gullet.
Yes.
And
Episode
10 taking
3.
King's Landing.
But I feel like the budget got used up on Rook's Rest and the Red Telling.
They're expensive episodes. They really are.
It's like I think their budget was like $200 million.
Yeah.
Insane.
I mean, we've been complaining about it all season, like that. We wish it hadn't been slashed, and we wish that we would have gotten those other 2 episodes. So, I mean, I'm a fan of Neon Genesis Evangelion. I know what happens when you lose the budget. So,
For real.
Yeah. It happens to the best of shows sometimes. But yeah, maybe, I don't know, if you guys find the money, and by you guys, I mean HBO. That guy was
Me?
No, what's his name? That I forget his name. David Zaslav, blah, 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 blah.
Well, and the writer's strike, right?
Yeah.
That dude. Yeah, it came out how much money you were making. You need one less vacation house so I could get another episode of the House of the Dragon. Like, let's stop being
for real.
One house for another house.
Yeah,
exactly.
House.
Give it your house, the House of the Dragon.
I do think like so like at the time that it started, they were allowed to do what they had, right? And they couldn't do rewrites. So I think that was the hardest part of it. Yeah. And I think a lot of things might have gotten moved around in filler and stuff. I mean, I think they were just only allowed to work with what they had already had written before up to.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks. Yeah. It's like, that's no way to tell a story, like it really isn't.
No.
With those constraints.
Agreed. Yeah, this season definitely suffered a lot under the strikes.
Yeah.
Sad face.
Great. Why writing is important.
What's Gray? What they are. Pay your writers. Gray, what's your favorite scene of the episode?
So Chloe said I can't say Harrenhal.
Well, right? Like you can. You're allowed to. I just didn't want all of us to say it.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna say Harrenhal. I'm not. Harrenhal. Aside from Harrenhal, I really liked. I really liked the scene with Alicent and Rhaenyra. I really liked that scene. I loved it.
I thought it was really good.
I feel like they are two of the strongest actresses or actors on this show.
Yeah.
And when they're in scenes together, they're some of the best scenes, especially in season 1.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
And also, like, I think from their conversation, it starts tying together like a bunch of the other themes that were brought up in this episode and in previous episodes, and we can dig into that later. But yeah,
I love that line, right? History will remember you a villain, a cold-hearted woman queen. I loved that. That was great.
Yeah,
because that is what the book says.
Yeah. But also, also their vibes together is different than it is with other people. So I love that.
Yeah.
I like it. I like them together. Well, if I can't say Harrenhal, because mine was also going to be Harrenhal. My favorite scene was spotting this beauty.
She's so pretty.
All
right. You know what? Let's just talk about it since we're here. Let's just talk about Daeron.
Yeah.
We're here. Might as well, right? Might as well. All right. So obviously, I like that. Okay, so I've been a big Daeron truther since season 1 and shouting to the TV gods about just give me a line. And the fact that they went... Hello, Alisha, we can hear you.
Can you hear?
There she is.
It's a Christmas miracle. Is there an echo?
No.
Oh my God. Okay.
Hallelujah, sister.
Yay.
Oh, yeah.
I was so scared I'd have to drop out of the stream.
You're back. I was talking about Daeron and how happy I am that we finally got some visual confirmation of Daeron rather than just words.
She's beautiful.
Without actually seeing Daeron. Like, just getting to Sarion alone, I feel like did enough for me.
So this is where I kind of dock some point, not onto Sarion, because this is somehow exactly how I imagine the dragon in the books. The way they're like backdooring Daeron into the show is just so weird to me. It's clumsy.
I wholeheartedly agree because I said they should have did this in season 1.
Yeah.
I can't believe they showed that in the trailer for the episode. That should not have been in the trailer for the episode to Sarion. That should have been one of those moments that shock you when you see it on screen. But to show it in the trailer took away some of the effect that it had.
Yeah.
Do you think that they haven't cast him yet, have they, Daeron? So that's probably part of why they were like, well, we didn't have the budget to pay a whole other actor just for this, so let's just show a dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's my assumption.
Do you think that they just like didn't know if they were going to cast Daeron, so they kind of did things in a manner where like we could bring him on, we could drop him from the storyline?
They're just method acting Viserys who forgot he had other children.
I do think like season 1, I think the problem was that it was unsure how it would go, right? Like it was a big risk to do this show in a lot of ways, especially a show that mirrors a lot of the same themes and plot beats from the book, especially now that they're using that as a device. I think season 1, they just weren't sure if it was going to happen, right? Might have to just like George Gardens while they were gardening. And I feel like I will say that season 2, even though they chickened out in season 1 and didn't put scenes in that talked about Daeron, and that was sloppy, I do think season 2 was well done with how they brought him in, how many mentions. Like now, for example, some of our show watcher only friends that we know like even kind of understand he exists. So that's cool. You know, like I'm looking at it as like they did a good job of at least emphasizing his existence this season, and they did it through also strengthening other characters. Like that scene with Alicent and her brother was really well done, in my opinion.
Agreed. I was going to say, they kind of, for what they had to make up for, I think this was the best way of doing it, because I think just shoving him in our face, like, here's the kid, and people were like, whoa, whose child is this? What's going on here? I mean, they should have did this in season 1 is all I'm just going to say there, but they didn't, and you just got to go forward from there, and this is the way they did it, and I appreciate that the Blue Queen looks exactly how I thought she would look.
Yeah.
I think until I see Daeron, he just feels like a fever dream to me.
Oh, fever dream. Interesting.
Alisha, what's your favorite scene?
I think for me, it was... Sorry, guys, I'm being tacky. I'm chewing. It was either Simon Strong's little clap in the background when Daemon decided he was going to back Rhaenyra, or at least like showed fealty, or that split second that the Green Man was behind the tree.
Yes.
Only because I'm laughing at myself about my reaction, because like by the time my eyes processed what I was looking at, it kind of jump scared me, you know, because he's like, you know, but I'd say one of those two was my favorite.
It was jump
Solid
scare.
picks.
Yeah.
All right. So I kind of want to dive into the episode, and this super chat is kind of gonna take care of what we need to take care of, because before we get to all the good stuff, we have to talk about some people that, you know, we may not like. And we all know who that is. Sir Criston Cole. Thank you, the movie buff, for a super chat. Criston's crusty self can never be like Aerys Oakheart, the best
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Wow. Mostly because Aerys Oakheart dies immediately.
Yeah.
The moment he gets a chance. And Criston keeps on living.
I feel like this scene was completely unnecessary.
Yeah. I think we had to pay Fabian for the season.
Yeah, I feel a little bit different, but I want to share this other super chat related to this scene before I express why I feel a little bit differently. From David Cage, I have nothing to add, but Crispy Cole is the king of projection and deserves to die twice. So, yeah, no, he
tough
deserves to
crowd.
go. Well, my thing is, he wants to go. Made that very clear.
Yeah, for sure.
Someone get that boy some lithium.
I just like the look Gwen gives him, like, bruh. What? Like, what did you just fucking... Sorry, what did you just say? I'm gonna be good. I will be behaved.
Yeah, Gwen's like, you were doing my sister, you talking about honor? And he was just like, I've seen the darkness and sadness and dragons, and I just want to die. And Gwen's like, okay, all right, ooh, you need a hug?
Yeah.
But what I did like about this is that we are always so used to seeing Criston Cole, like, obviously be kind of a bit of a hothead for most of the time, like very impulsive, very violent. And to see him so, like, obviously extreme PTSD going on here, but just so cowed. Like, he's just like just so, I think the effects of the dragons actually fighting kind of just broke him. Like, this is not what I thought this would be.
Okay, but he started it.
Agreed. And he, like, Alicent are realizing, oh my gosh, like, they're reaping what they're sowing.
Yeah, but Alicent is trying to, like, pull out. He's just trailing forward.
He wants I wants to die.
Sorry.
Obviously not.
Sorry.
He had to learn to.
But I mean, like, obviously at this point, he's at the mercy of Aemond, who is the psychopath we all know and love from the books. Can we just agree at this point?
Oh my god, Mama's little war criminal.
Yeah, he's Australian Aemond is so back. I just felt like the part about this scene I didn't like was the way Gwaine was being, like, so goddamn loud. Like, I feel like everybody in the... It doesn't make it clear whether people were stopping and staring because of the spectacle of it or if they could hear what he was saying.
That's interesting.
You know, like, there's that part of me, like, I doubt he would say it so that the whole camp can hear, you know? But...
Yeah. Especially that through line of treason, right, being brought up, like Aemond calling everything treason. Like, that's treason right there, like, to suggest that the Queen Mother is fucking the Kingsguard and vice versa. Like, that's a big, that's a really big thing. You got to kind of maybe not yell about that because that's your sister, bro. She could be tried. She could be chopped.
Yeah.
Which Criston kind of points that out when Gwaine was like, you should be sent to the wall. And Cole's like, go ahead. Let's light this candle, huh?
Speaking of the wall, it reminds me of Aemond, what he tells Jon, like, love is the death of duty. It's kind of like that kind of struggle going on.
Yeah.
And him saying Alicent is the beacon that he follows. And I think it was last year on the stream that we all were like, he's looking at her like the Virgin Mary.
Yeah.
Like the mother.
Yes.
Mother was mothering.
Mother was mothering.
Yeah. I was just, it's giving really, like, I don't know. They read the book. What do they call the Book of the Seven? Is it called the Book of the
Seven-Pointed Star?
Thank you. I was going to call it I was going to say the Book of Mormon. I don't know.
I was raised Catholic, so I know it by heart. I'm just kidding.
Oh, you would. Well, I was going to say, kind of related to what I was about to say. It's giving very much like they went to, like, the 7 version of CCD, but, like, instead of paying attention, they were, like, making paper planes in the back of the room. Like, so his interpretation of things is a little bit off.
Well, the mother doesn't become the mother by staying chaste, you know?
Yeah. That's true, I suppose.
Yeah, and I guess not everybody interprets things as Samwell Tarly does.
I also think if you look at, like, when at the beginning of the season, when him and Alicent were getting together, she angrily, like, says to him, like, oh, you seek absolution, like, you're gonna tell on us, right? And when Alicent goes to Rhaenyra this time, Rhaenyra says, oh, you're seeking absolution, is that, like, are you looking for so she kind of, like, claims herself she's looking for absolution. So it's an interesting through line because it took her, like, becoming like Rhaenyra, right, this season, and, like, sleeping with Criston and looking for something more in life, something more to satiate life. And now she's at the end and she's, like, completely mirroring Criston. They're both just, like, desperate.
Yeah.
I think that is also, like, realistically the nature of self-righteousness. Like, I'm not going to take a swing at religion in itself because I think, like, there's a difference between pious and self-righteous. You know, like, I might not necessarily agree with certain religions, but some people, like, you know, are very religious and they're the best people that you know because they're pious. And then you have the self-righteous type that are like Alicent that just hides behind her righteousness you know, like, and she does a good job at the end by like breaking it down for us. You know, it doesn't take a whole lot of analysis. She says it right there at the end of the episode. But, you know, I know a lot of hyper religious people at one point in their life, and they kind of had to eat their words because they became the very things that they looked down on.
Yeah.
And yeah, that definitely relates to both Criston and Alicent. Very well said. Speaking of people that I kind of want to look down on a little bit, I just want to shout out Michael David for this super chat. I've been over Corley's since Laenor just needs to know what's between a woman's thighs, and Alan's drag of Corley's bad fathering was gold.
Yeah,
I agree.
Can we talk about the sea snake for a little bit?
For what? He does not fuck with Rhaenyra. Like, he does not.
No.
Because there's no way. He basically tells her to. When she's like, thank you. He's like, I'm doing this for Rhaenys, not for you.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't tell her about Adam.
Another slight.
Yeah.
They all add up over time, don't they?
Oh, that's interesting. I guess that could be why, maybe. Is that why she would question if it continues to be
a lie that even he's withholding from her own hand of the king?
Questioning of loyalty.
Yeah.
Loyal hashtag.
Ooh.
But
sorry.
Yeah.
Too soon, Chloe. It's too soon.
I like that you said that, you know, he does straight up tell her, I'm not doing this for you, I'm doing this. I mean, he's doing it to an extent for like what he should have done for Rhaenys, or like what he thinks Rhaenys should have done, you know, like that, what could have been in a different world.
Yeah.
No, like I wanted to bring up, speaking of things that he does it for, with Alan, when he was saying to him, like, talking about I should be grateful. I used to watch you walk by with your trueborn son while I'm sitting here starving, trying to feed me and my brother. And now that he's dead, now that your daughter's dead, now that his heir is dead, now you want to come look at me and I should be grateful?
Yeah.
Can I just say, the kids talking to their parents lately, between this and then Jace to Rhaenyra last episode, loved it.
I feel like Alan is a millennial talking to a boomer for sure.
I'm screaming.
Yeah.
He's been to therapy. He's seen the TikToks. He's ready.
He's at peace with himself, huh? In some ways, yeah. It makes me wonder, like, are we going to see Bela ever talk to Daemon about things? Because obviously, like, they're also at odds a little. But yeah, we haven't seen them interact much. Which is
Rhaena will definitely be with Daemon a lot.
Yeah,
true.
You're right. That's there.
True. I need Rhaena to give him like I need Rhaena to have one of these scenes next season with Daemon. Please make it happen. She's gonna be like, oh, now that I have a dragon, I'm important. Like, oh my god.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting too. Yeah.
Damn, Daemon can't catch a break these days from anyone, can he?
Nope.
Just fix the wifey thing.
To the trees, he's like, whatever.
Yeah, he just fixed his wife problem. He fixed his brother problem. Now he's fixed his daughter problem.
I think it's probably gonna drive a wedge between him and Rhaenyra, because Rhaena abandoned the babies.
Yeah, to get the dragon.
She abandoned them to the gay abandon.
Yeah. I think that's what we were saying. Like, we're like, gay abandoned those kids.
Pride month isn't over yet.
She was like, the boat's name's what? Oh, this is a sign.
I am happy to abandon it.
I have to say, when Rhaena was drinking the water from the stream, all I could think of was Daenerys in A Dance with Dragons, and I was like, the more she drank, the more she shat.
So Skahazadon coded.
I was like, are we doing this, Ryan? Is it A Dance with Dragons time?
It is. We're getting all of the books.
You're right. He would have given me strong bell loss. I would have gotten locusts.
Yes, you would have gotten the locusts. And the belly slaps. You would have gotten the belly slaps.
Yeah, and also like the one cut only. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Could have got brown Ben Plum. Like, there's so many things we could have got.
We could have got so much.
I think about brown Ben.
We could still get that in this show instead.
He's giving it to us. He's giving us.
We could just like a time traveler.
We're kind of convinced that they're going to redo Game of Thrones in like 20-ish years, 10, 20 years. So, you know.
Good. We'll all still have jobs, ladies.
Yay!
And we'll also probably have Lady Stoneheart.
Yes.
Yes.
We would have gotten Lady Stoneheart. You're so right.
Oh
yeah.
I knew it wasn't too bad to hold out hope.
I've been waiting.
That's all we can do. All we can do. We have some other super chats. We have one from Julian Kane. Thank you. Whatever else happens, I can't deny that Rhaenyra deep down in a twisted way did love Alicent, despite any logical person executing her or locking her up. Like you have Aemond's plans. So actually, you know what? Since we're kind of here, let's just talk about this scene a little bit.
Well, good luck, babe.
Chloe, you're gonna get. She's Lady Stoneheart. Alicent.
Oh yeah,
you got Lady Stoneheart.
Your
cold queen.
Yeah, her heart is turned to stone for sure. Willing to get rid of the kid that. She was making her peace the last couple episodes. Then, huh? That's really what she was doing as she sat with him, knowing that it was too long, right? Like it was too. It is what it is. She had lost him a long time ago. All she had left was Helaena that she could save. And that's devastating because Helaena, quite obviously, this episode revealed to us she knows a lot more about fates than I think what others realize.
Is it just me?
Get into that.
Is it just me, or did she seem less Lala loopy? Like more serious, more, and that might just be like, you know, when she's like just repeating a prophecy. Like I think when she's like in it, when she's in the vision, that's when she's like of the most sound mind.
Yeah.
I have some thoughts when we get into that, but I kind of wanted to get to stay on the scene just a little bit and then really get into that in just a second. But I did want to say quick thank you for another super chat. Thank you, April or AR Kagan. Ali Begs Otto said he might have to do. Yeah, she.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I mean, Papa knows best sometimes. And that Papa is Otto. That's why things have gone to poop since he's been gone.
Until he gets trapped in a cage.
Yeah.
Yep. I know we kind of talked about this earlier a little bit since Gray had mentioned this was her favorite scene. Did anybody have any other additional things they wanted to share about this little chat? Except my disappointment that they didn't kiss.
Okay. Please. I think that it's interesting when you see her like bite her thumbnail. It goes back to how she used to pick her fingers and stuff when she was younger. She's dressed in blue and not in green. Like she's like the little Alicent, like who needed to be protected, and now she's stepping out like, I'm gonna protect Helaena and Jaehaera. If it costs me, I've already lost my sons. Like she knows, like she assumes that Rhaenyra is going to take King's Landing. Rhaenyra has 6 dragons. Aemond has Vhagar. Helena's not going to ride Dreamfire and Tessarion. Rhaenyra has all the cards now, whereas in the first scene when they met, the Greens had all the cards. And I think she kind of understood where Rhaenyra was coming from when Rhaenyra came to the step to see her. Like she kind of understood that desperation of not wanting to all these people to die, because all these people will die if there is a war between dragons. And I think she wants to prevent that, and she feels like she can prevent it. She knows, I feel like going in, she knows she can't save her sons because they're not going to listen to her. Aemond's never going to listen to her. So that's one. Aemond's got to lean all the way into his villain arc now. He's done burned Sharp Point and killed Lucerys and killed Rhaenys, and burned Aegon. So he has to lean all the way into his villain arc. But I think she knows I can at least try to save my daughter. And it comes like she leaves right from where Aemond's like violently trying to drag Helaena to the dragon pit. She leaves right from there to go book passage to Dragonstone.
Yeah. She did the math. The math was mathing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have the super chat from Christian Lamar. I was laughing at Miss Girl Alicent popping up to Dragonstone like, "Hey girl, what's tea?" Like,
oh my gosh.
No, she really was like that though. Like, so.
And in the middle of the
I might have
night.
been tripping a little bit.
So a big observation that I made during this scene, like, is piggybacking off of what MJ says quite a bit. Like, I definitely got the sense that, you know, Olivia Cook and Emma Darcy, instead of playing like grown Rhaenyra and grown Alicent, they were playing the roles like Millie Alcock and I forget the girl's name, Emily, were playing them. Like I this is the first time I've seen Emma Darcy play Rhaenyra in the way that Millie does. Like, since Rhaenyra grew up, she's been a lot more poised. I don't want to say calculated because that has a negative connotation to it, but she weighs her words. She's very even tempered. She was a lot more, and rightfully, not petulant, but she was ornery with Alicent, you know, and had every right to be. And Alicent was timid and unsure. And it's like, you know, like MJ said, like the moment you saw her biting her thumb, you knew that was not the queen. That was Lady Alicent Hightower, you know?
Yeah. I really like what you said about them regressing, not regressing, but like being who they were as children in the first season, because then they're very vulnerable with each other, right? Like Alicent saying, like, I'm here in front of you with no weapon and no armor, right? And Rhaenyra is as well. You got that girl out of bed, right? To be like, come see me, let's hang out. And I mean, like, you see Rhaenyra talking to Alicent about, what would you have me do? Are you willing to pay the price? Like, this is the price of it. And she was having a conversation with Mysaria about whether or not she's willing to pay the price in a very measured way, right? Saying, like, I'm not sure, like, are we willing to actually, like, kill all these people? Whereas here in this discussion, she's telling Alicent, these are the stakes, all right? These are the things that I'm considering. And she's saying it in a much more, I think, candid way, and it feels much more serious. Like, all right, maybe this is what we're doing. And then we have Alicent kind of like really wrestling with the mistakes that she's made, and she's been kind of getting to that point throughout the season. She's been honest about it to an extent with Gwaine, and you were joking about her being Lady Stoneheart, but I'm like, does she think that that's mercy, right? To kill Aegon, to let Aegon be executed, like the way that Joffrey completely misinterpreted, like Robert being like, we should give Bran mercy. I'm like, I don't know if it works like that. Maybe that's not mercy, but they are being very vulnerable in their raw emotions with one another.
And
actually,
Arah.
I was gonna say, what you were saying about the mercy thing, and that with Aegon in particular, Aegon, like Criston Cole, is also extremely depressed right now. So Aegon is adjusting, like when he has the scene with Larys where he's like, I'm a cripple now. My man meat blew up like a little sausage and it's gone. So I can't, harass the staff anymore. Like, woe is me.
Yeah.
Thank God for that. But sorry, but
can we just agree that a woman wrote that part about his sausage exploding, or his
I'm sure everybody should be happy about this.
Yes.
So it was a good, perfect punishment.
It was, which reminds me. So there's another thing he mentions when he's talking about how down in the dumps he is. And I just want to say thank you for the super chat, JL. So is Sunfire actually dead, or was Aegon exaggerating when he said his dragon is dead? This also was brought up by Michael David. So is Sunfire really confirmed dead? So
I think that they'll bring him back, since it was kind of a fake out in the book too. You know, like, it's everybody assumed Sunfire was dead until all of a sudden one day, since he barely moved, he was just up and gone, and everyone's like, yo, what the heck? And I think it'll be a really really big comeback for Aegon, right? Everyone's going to think Aegon, probably in season 3 in the beginning, but everyone's going to think that Aegon, is out for the count, not going to come back ever, and it's over. And him coming back and what that means for the plot might be a big deal.
Yeah, the show only watchers need their oh shit moment.
Yeah.
I also wonder, what does it mean for the a lot of people discuss like how strong is the connection between a rider and a dragon. So for you to not quite know that your dragon is dead and you don't have like the magic barrier of the wall between you, right? Like how Jon says that he can't necessarily always sense ghosts as easily when he's like on the other side, across the wall. So I'm like, what does it mean for Aegon to be like, yeah, my dragon's dead? Like, and he can't feel Sunfire.
That's kind of where I was getting from it. That's where I was like, are they going to do the fake out? Because for him to believe that his dragon is dead makes it seem like Sunfire actually is dead in a way. However, I think that where he's so down in the what?
Well, something you have to, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry. Something you have to keep in mind, like, think about all the times you've ever been in excruciating pain. Like, you're not sound of mind. You can't focus on other things. Like, I'm willing to
say
spend, yeah. Like, I'm willing to definitely believe that he can't sense Sunfire because all he feels right now is just excruciating pain.
Or drugs.
And drugs.
Yeah.
Drugs will do
also it. Might be trying to have Larry's underestimate him.
Oh,
maybe not want to tell Larry's your secret weapon, knowing that Larry's like something really interesting is like Larry's had control over his mom, right? In season 1, in many ways, now Larry's has kind of exercised his control over him, kind of flourishing him from the city. It's almost like Littlefinger Sansa about Catelyn too, right? Like that weird vibe. So there's definitely like right now Aegon understands he doesn't have a lot of options, I'm sure. Maybe don't give it away, right? Maybe don't say you have Sunfire on deck.
Can you pull up the Sunfire super chat?
I like his face is like, dang, this is my only friend right now. I don't even know if I'll
which one?
When the lows are low, bro.
Yeah.
It's from thank you for the super chat, JL. It says,
oh yeah, that's the one I brought that up already. That's how we got on the topic.
Oh, shit.
It's okay.
But that's a huge super chat.
That is a huge super chat. Thank you again.
That's insane.
Yes. Thank you so much for that.
But he's not dead. He's not dead.
There's no way.
I don't think,
you can't just waste the prettiest dragon.
I just think it's interesting in terms of what it means for their connection, especially.
Yeah.
But I like what you're saying about Alisha about pain, and then what it means to be healing.
Yeah, and then his senses being all dulled and stuff like that, so it would interrupt the connection. That makes
things are bad now for this man.
I was gonna say things are going really bad. Yeah, look at him; he's down so bad. Speaking of things going bad, can we get into the boy here? I just want to say a couple thank yous because a few people brought it up, but we're gonna get into our boy Aemond for a second. I just want to talk about King's Landing briefly before we really can dive deep into Harrenhal. So we have a couple of super chats I just want to shout out real quick. We have sorry guys, I'm going. I just had it and I lost it. From Brian Holiday. Thank you. Aemond kind of reverted back to a scared kid again after he knows that Vhagar can be challenged and his sister cannot be scared into working with him. Did anybody else get the fear from him in this scene?
Yeah.
Well, he was crying, so yes.
And that he like immediately just physically goes kind of violent because he has nothing else. Like he's just like spiraling. Yeah.
Well, it's what he gets.
Yeah.
Because no, he didn't mean to kill Luke. He regrets that, as he told his milk mommy.
He meant to kill the Rainies, though.
Yeah.
Well, in his defense, and I hate saying this because R.I.P. Mom, she was coming for him.
That's true.
Well, what about his brother?
Yeah, exactly. There you go. That's what he gets. Fratricidal maniac.
I don't know. After he grabbed Helaena like that, I'm over Aemond now. Friendship ended with Aemond.
And then he tried to make
criminal.
up for it by like not touching her out on the patio.
Like, what if we have a dignified conversation now, sister?
Yeah.
Now that I've come to my senses.
That's just asking random people. So, would you kill your brother?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Helaena is over.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, speaking of Helaena, so Alicent gave Helaena a tea when they walked in the room.
It was just a tea.
Helaena didn't drink it though.
Guys, that was just the tea. I don't like anytime they do like I think
No, I agree.
But Ryan Condal said Maelor
like
hasn't been born yet, so I don't think it's like stupid to say.
And they pointedly say,
I didn't say it was
I
stupid,
don't have a
but
junk.
like anytime moon tea is brewed, it's like specially brewed. It always comes in a special little cup. I think she was basically giving her like lavender and chamomile tea or whatever. Because Helaena was stressed. She's like, why does everyone hate us? I didn't really interpret it that way. You know, I don't think like every tea that they drink is moon tea. That would be so played out. And the show hasn't been above bad writing this season, but that would really be, I don't know, I could be proven wrong, but
I'm just a Helaena truther, so in my mind, it's moon tea, and in my brain fanfic, it's that means that they're gonna have Maelor, and Maelor is gonna be Aemond's baby, and things are gonna get even more spicy. But that's
okay.
Is that sometimes people just be thirsty? Sorry, is that maybe that's the tea that she wanted from Rhaenyra?
Yeah, that was the tea she was looking for.
Yes. We actually had another super chat from Rob Williams. Thank you. Fave scene was Helaena talking to Aemond. He was so mad.
He was so mad.
That was fire. She read him down too. I appreciate that's my favorite through line. Everyone was just getting read this episode. They were just getting told, like, listen, you need to stop being who you are because it's bad.
She was like, I'm gonna do psychic damage.
Yeah.
You tried to do physical, I will do psychic damage.
It was super effective.
It was. I wanted to say, so with Dreamfire, I like how they mentioned, so confirmed Dreamfire was born during Aegon's day.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because Rhaena claimed her.
Yeah.
Right, Aenys' daughter Rhaena. So that makes sense that she would have been born from then, maybe. But also, who knows? They fudge it, right? They can fudge it a little. It's all fake.
So, yeah, they're going as they writing as they go. But with Dreamfire, so we're never gonna see Helaena on Dreamfire. Sorry,
don't get me started.
Yeah, but I like that Rhaenyra knows Helaena well enough when Corlys is like, yeah, but they have Dreamfire, and Dreamfire is big like Vhagar. And then Rhaenyra's like, I know my sister. We don't have to worry about that. We're good.
Okay, tinfoil theory time.
Ooh, okay.
I think she is going to hop on Dreamfire eventually. And this is where it gets tinfoily because assuming, like, Dreamfire is probably going to be in the Thunderdome when it gets, However, comma, and I know it's tinfoil. I'm not sold on it. What if Helaena hops on Dreamfire and she comes out of nowhere to help Daemon take down Aemond over the gods?
Oh, that's interesting.
Huh.
Very tinfoil.
Okay.
I'm not married to it. However, one thing I am kind of convinced of, she is going to hop on Dreamfire at some point. I don't necessarily think it's going to be to like burn people, but she'll ride before the end of it, I think.
Can I just say, so where I thought you were going, and that's why I reacted that way, and you took a left where I was going to take a right, so I'm just going to go to the right turn I was going to take. So the Thunderdome we were just talking about, so the Dragon Pit. So you know how baby Joffrey during the storming of the dragon, spoiler, Joffrey during the storming of the dragon pit, like, I'm a dragon, and has to like, and dies. I can see rather than Helaena possibly potentially, falling, what if she goes to try to get Dreamfire on some like, I can't leave Melees, and like, and all the pandemonium, because doesn't Dreamfire crash up into the ceiling? Yeah, Dreamfire or Syrax that does the boom boom.
Almost
if she's
like
the one,
Helena's book death, right?
So Syrax and
So Cyrax in the books shakes off Joffrey, and then all the screaming and the chaos and the bloodletting and all that attracts her to land and start feeding on carcasses, and then that's where they jump her. Dreamfire is the one that tries to fly out from the roof and just ends up getting caved in on.
So I'm thinking, what if Helaena is on Dreamfire, and rather than pulling the reins, she doesn't make it through?
Sometimes
honestly, I'd rather her do that than Tom and it, you know?
Yeah. And do you ever think, like, on that same note, and don't be upset, Alisha, but do you ever prepare yourself? Do you ever think that maybe, like, you know how George said she really does love to ride her dragon in his blog post? And, like, obviously in the show, they were like, she doesn't even like to ride it. Do you think she used to like to ride it, but now she doesn't because she's seen Dreamfire dying?
Oh.
And maybe she's seen this happening.
Dreamfire at some point.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and she flies her, like, the last we know of her flying Dreamfire was after Aemond claimed Vhagar, because remember, it was the 3 dragons that rode off back to King's Landing. She was one of the 3.
Yeah. Pain,
like,
mostly pain.
Okay, I really want just like Condal to deviate, and Simon Strong and Helaena are gonna go off to the Summer Isles and live long lives.
They're just gonna clap together for congratulations.
You know, they're both good for clapping. That sounded wrong, but they both have scenes where they're just like, yay, clapping. I don't want to think of either. God, these characters are just, they're making me love these characters that were kind of like, for me in the books. You know?
They're definitely rich. They're fun.
Yeah.
They are. Oh, so I wanted to talk about this a little bit and then segue into Harrenhal from here. So Helaena, we kind of see the tail end of Daemon's weirwood vision essentially merge into what looks like Helaena actively interacting with him. So I'm not sure. I know Gray's read the book. Have you guys ever read Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn at all? It's
I've
a
read
series
the
by
first.
Ted Williams.
I have read the first.
The first book?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's more like deeper in it, but
it's okay.
It's
okay. I'm getting there eventually.
We're just gonna talk about it anyways. So in Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn, which George is cited as one of his inspirations for A Song of Ice and Fire, and the inspirations are extremely heavy-handed. Like, put it this way, there's a guy with the hound helm.
Yes.
A la Sandor Clegane. Like, it's sorry to get you riled up there, Chloe. Maybe you should read it.
There's a little boy that likes to climb the castle walls.
Who could it be?
Exactly. Right. And he ends up a king. Look at that. But there's a girl there, right? There's a girl, her name's Lilith. So she's able to do what's called like walking the dream road. So in that series, they have like the road of dreams. So it's essentially like almost like the weirwood net. Like it's a realm where your subconscious could go into, and you can either like see the future. And in this case, it looks like if you're powerful enough to communicate. So I'm thinking Helaena is one of those, essentially a green seer is what I'm getting at.
Helaena has a glass candle, confirmed. No, but yeah.
Honestly, you know what? She might have a glass candle, because I could see Viserys collecting one of those and her just finding it.
Well, they came from Old Town has them too, right? Since the Targaryens. Yeah. So maybe these are the candles that Old Town takes.
Tea. But I mean, a lot of people say you need the blood of first men to be a green seer. Viserys and Daemon's like great grandmother is a Massey's first man house. They've been like incest marriage for like 2 times since them. And then the Hightowers, which I have a video coming out about them and their history, they're like some first men before first men. Like Old Town is old as shit. It's called Old Town because it's like the oldest. It's like, yeah, grounds it the zero men, yes. Yes, Eliana.
Thank you for acknowledging me.
I can't think of a better term right now.
Oh my God, don't encourage her.
I was gonna say, so since we're here, let's get into this vision because there's a lot to unpack here. I still want to shout out a couple super chats related to Daemon's vision because, I mean, let's face it, all the stuff at Harrenhal is cool, but the vision's the coolest part in my opinion. But like,
yeah,
well, and the bending the knee part. But let's get to this vision first. So we have some super chats. We have one from Raul Santiago. Thank you. I love the episode. This episode confirming that Dany is a prince that was promised just makes season 8 of Goth and John killing Dany forever absurd. After Hottie, there will be an obligation to remake Dany's ending.
Yeah, George needs to do it with his book.
Yeah, with his books. Amen. I'm ready.
Exactly. We have somewhat related from China Moon. Thank you. Yo, did y'all catch the traitor whisper? Broom caught it. The Daemon vision of Dany and Three-Eyed Raven. He sees his future. I'm with Gray on this. He's the first green seer.
If you did not have closed captions on, you probably missed it.
Yeah, but it's
I
there.
did not do the closed captions because y'all know how much I love to raw dog the audio. I did see him slip away while everybody was cheering for Rhaenyra. So I think we'll probably see him pop up again at Dragonstone. If you know, you know.
Yes.
I am curious, like, how audible it actually was, because I only saw it in the closed captions as well.
I faintly heard it, but I think the closed captioning is why I could hear it a little bit better because I was looking for it.
You know when Daemon arrives at Harrenhal and they like you hear that whisper, Daemon, like something whispers his name. It's about the same audible as that.
Okay.
And I do think like
what
if
does
you
it say?
like Daemon.
Yeah, just Daemon.
Yeah.
And it's and I believe that's Millie's voice that was saying it too. It was Rhaenyra, so like it calls him down the halls eventually. But like I also think if you listen to it with headphones on, I'm sure you'll be able to hear it. A couple of things like that I've been able to hear this season if I just re-listen with headphones.
When was the whisper?
It's when Alfred Broom goes to meet with Daemon also by the tree, and he's like, you know, we really could use a man's to do this because men.
When he says, "Did you hear that?" and Daemon was like, "This place will have you howling at the moon."
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. There's no way in hell I could have heard that on my own.
Yeah. Oh, and I just want to say thank you. And shout out to Kendall who joined us recently. Night of Ice and Fire. Shout out to Gray's theory into the Werewood Whispers calling Alfred Broom a traitor. Thank you. And you also sent us another super chat earlier. Didn't have any comments, but I just wanted to say thank you.
Okay. So I'm sorry for show only watchers. I'm about to spoil quite a bit.
Get it.
So I forget the name of the bigger set dude that Alfred Broom, like he's left a Castellan of Dragonstone, and then Alfred Broom betrays him and he hangs him up, and I believe like his intestines are hanging out, and that's when Rhaenyra and little Aegon sees, like all the color fades from face and all that.
Yeah.
Does that feel really kind of reminiscent of
some First Men shit?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Some Skagosi stuff.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Look at the
George, no.
He sees everything. I like how some people on Twitter were like doing everything but writing Winds of Winter.
Oh my god.
He's writing it. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's a kind of a fun fake out for the trees to be yelling traitor, because if you don't know, right, the stuff in Dragonstone, do you think like if you see it and you're watching, you haven't read Fire and Blood, do you think that he's a traitor just because of this action here? You don't realize it's also foreshadowing later on. It's like a double
betrayal.
Yeah.
Yes. I like the way that they did it that way because, like people that wouldn't know just would assume, well, yeah, he's actively telling Daemon, like, you should take over. So, yeah, makes sense. We actually have a super chat that's kind of related to that.
I don't think the tree is going to bestir itself when, like, it's not foresight. Like, if he says it, like, 30 seconds later,
Yeah, You don't think they're just out here heckling all the time?
Oh yeah, they've got to be.
It also sounded almost like a female voice, so it made me wonder if it was Alice through the tree.
Oh.
Did it sound Irish?
It's got it.
You'll die in this place.
Alice. We have a super chat from Luna Cascade. It is interesting the differences in which the men and women approach how to end this war. Not really different from real life. I would say it seems like the magic's seeming to be the winner here, and the men like Daemon are smart because they're coming around to it finally, because he has this vision, you know.
Yeah, magic and intrigue.
So
Daemon
touches.
Oh, sorry. Nope.
Yes.
Nope. Are we doing the vision in sequential order?
Yes.
Then I'll save this observation for the end of the vision.
All right. So we got Daemon touching some blood. Ooh, spooky spookies.
Can I make a nasty joke?
It's just sap.
It's sap, yeah. And we see my boy.
Oh my god. Don't get me going.
Him.
I was so excited.
Look at we sees him and his birthmark and the raven and has 3 eyes on it.
Yeah.
What does it mean? Just kidding.
Oh, I wonder. Yeah, 3-eyed raven. So for those that don't know, this fella here, this is Blood Raven. Blood Raven is known as a great bastard. He was the child of Melissa Blackwood and King Aegon IV. He is the great grandson of Daemon and Rhaenyra. Not going to say which kid because I don't want to ruin that part for you guys, but because we're going to find out soon in next season. Well, actually, no, because he kind of does a fake out, but he lives.
Yeah. We might find out a little bit in Night of the Seven Kingdoms, right? Next year.
Yeah. Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So, I just realized they're going to are they going to do the Viserys fake out now?
I guess that'll come in the beginning of the season, maybe next season then, right?
Yeah, but then it's going to be like, oh, well, yeah, Rhaenyra was our great grandma through Viserys, and then it's going to be like, what?
They probably won't. They probably won't go that far into it.
Okay, I hope not.
I would think not. I would think not because their whole trip is like exposition, like universe exposition, but it's very like recent exposition. Like they don't go too far past Baelor, Breakspear, and Maekar.
Yeah. Oh no, I meant like Viserys, like baby Viserys. So you know how baby Viserys is supposed to go disappearing on the gay abandoned, and then Rhaenyra's like, "Oh my god, my son died," and then he comes back years later. He's like, "No, I was alive, Ma, and I got this hot girlfriend." Like I wasn't sure.
But Mama's
the one's 7 years older than me.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But I think
I thought you
mom.
I thought you were saying were they gonna mention that in Dunk and Egg where it's not gonna be revealed yet what's going on with Viserys.
Yeah, probably not till mystery
night.
They
don't have to. Yeah, they don't have to like mention like the exact lines that they come from yet in the first season, I guess. And then they can just because they got a whole other civil war to talk about.
Good point.
And be like, remember we had another civil war that we didn't show you.
And even now, like it's not super like the lineage isn't super touched down on other than like Jaehaerys in the show now, so they can make it really obscure because Blood Raven is the great grandson of Rhaenyra and Daemon.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, like it's not like Rhaenyra runs around saying like I'm the 3 times great or 2 times great granddaughter of Aegon. Like that after Jaehaerys, like before Jaehaerys, they don't really touch down on that. So it's really it's gonna be easy for them to just not. They'll talk about fathers. That'll probably be it.
Yeah. I don't know. I will say Ryan Condal was willing to go to Tyrosh like this in this episode. So maybe the Lyseni spring isn't that far off. Maybe it could happen. Maybe we could get like Viserys, a little bit of Viserys's life and everything. I do think that there is a strong possibility we'll get a time jump or two still in this show in the end, just to get us places. I don't know. We'll see. But it said in the book, there's that great 6-month time jump, right? That happens where no one knows where Aegon is for 6 months. No, everything's going on. King's Landing is happening. So maybe we'll get at least that, and if not, another time jump in the final season.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where things go, just because the way they played with ages in the show, you know, and like there's a lot about the ages that like I deeply appreciate. Like I love the adjustment of Rhaenyra and Alicent being of age with one another. When I saw the baby Stormcloud, I no longer knew where this was going as far as like where the show leaves off, and you know, like, and I don't know, maybe I don't know.
Yeah. I also think, I mean, like the rest of this vision anyway, to an extent, like kind of implies, like especially seeing Rhaenyra on the throne. I mean, the line and the magic pass through the women. Yeah, except for like Bloodraven, but you know what I'm saying. Like, did the like it? You know, a lot of it, like it. I think that this vision anyway, like strongly implies like Rhaenyra's line persists into the modern day. We won't know, like people who haven't read Fire and Blood, or have been spoiled by our discussion today, won't know exactly how, but yeah,
we know that to fight this great war, it takes Rhaenyra's line, and from what it seems like, the most important people to fight against the others are Bloodraven and our girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just want to say shout outs. Thank you, Marcus Wynn, for the super chat. First of all, great is Bay. Dany is Azor Ahai, and the finale was great. I think at this point they need to remake the main show. I think we can agree that's coming at some point down the line.
Yeah.
Years and years away. Years and years.
Definitely.
I would say I would say at least like 10. Because it'll be like, think about it, like Game of Thrones came out 13 years ago. Like that's when it started. It ended 5 years ago, but it'll be long enough removed. We are getting old, ladies, by the way.
That's why I was like, I'm gonna definitely need the closed captions. Maybe you'll be doing closed captions when that remake comes along, Alisha.
Speak for yourselves. I'm 22.
Right?
My God, what is this all about?
Silly gooses.
Jeez.
But yeah, so we get Dany and the Birth of Dragons, and it's so pretty. And then we see Daemon kind of
floundering in the water.
I wonder
alive. God's eye.
I wonder what this means.
This is very God's eye, and he's alive. Here.
I thought that was interesting.
I thought it was kind of cool that it like molded from a bunch of book events, foreshadowing what's to come, obviously, and possibly went from a battle that looks like maybe was like the fish feed, but turned into him drowning in the water with an allusion towards maybe the God's Eye. But also kind of reminded me of like Bran's vision of the sea coming to Winterfell, right? Like had that kind of like green dream quality about it. So I like that it was all like, some of it was very literal, but some of it also was like draped in shades of visions. So who knows what was completely real or not.
There was a dead dragon on a battlefield, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was Tumbleton. It looked like could be Tumbleton.
It looks
at first I thought it was Caraxes.
Like a reddish dragon, like a warmer shade.
I thought it was Caraxes, but it could be Vermithor.
The neck was too short.
I'm counting right now. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4 dragon wings, 4 pairs of wings. I'm on my phone. I'm looking.
This is me playing Elden Ring. Just all the dragons.
And then it moves and it scans to another dragon. I need to be able to say, I need to be detective work, private investigating this, and like Photoshop. But if I brighten it, it does look like it's a lot of different dragons. So like many different dragons
so
in this shot. I'm wondering if it's the dragon pit is what I thought.
Yeah.
Especially then it turns to like water and fish feed looking, and then it turns to him in the water at God's Eye.
Dang.
Yeah.
But it could be Tumbleton, but it just looked like second Tumbleton. Tumbleton 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Oh wait, quick thing about Daemon drowning in the water. I was just thinking of Patchface too. You come out of it and you're like, oh, I'm way more magical now.
Super magical. He has a little magic baptism. And then he sees Rhaenyra on the Iron Throne.
Ooh.
Can we talk about how Emma Darcy looks good on that throne?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so
hell
good.
yeah, they do. Oh, hell yeah.
They're
Look
giving.
amazing.
They are serving.
I love
That
how
word that'll get us demonetized.
Oh my god. Yep. I love how it corresponds with Millie, right? On the
vision.
Yeah, the vision earlier in the season.
The guilt vision.
Yeah, of as you said, feeling guilty, being unsure.
Are they wearing the same
is this
outfit?
really what I want?
Yeah, it's the same outfit. So
Yeah.
the
It's the
girl
same
that
outfit
he
too,
wants,
right?
the girl he once messed with, and now the woman he has to support and put on the throne.
Yeah.
I was about to say maybe this is him letting, moving on from grooming his niece to just being married to his grown niece. This is progress. Yes.
This is growth. Maybe this, instead of therapy, we should just all touch trees and hope for a trip.
Alicent did
Agreed. Yeah, she went she went glamping, and then she was roughing it. She went camping.
She was roughing it.
She had like a real tent. I was impressed.
I could not do what she did.
I wouldn't do that.
I tried it once and I was like, I don't think it's for me.
Speaking of people doing things I would do, though, look at this jerk face in the background behind Daemon. He doesn't even deserve to be in this screenshot. I'm moving on.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Let's just scratch him out.
Yeah, scratch him out. So Daemon bends the knee officially to Rhaenyra and Harrenhal. I loved this scene, the way that they switched into High Velaryon, because we haven't really seen a lot of like grown up Rhaenyra and Daemon conversations in High Velaryon. I feel like compared to like Millie and Daemon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Especially because that's like their private relationship language, right? Like that's always been that way. And I will say, I know I'm a Queen's woman because I was watching it and I was getting so mad that no one was bowing and getting on their freaking knees. I was like, that's the Queen. And like, obviously it's showing you like, well, they're hesitant and they're looking to Daemon like, what are we supposed to do? Because you were saying you're the king. Now she's the queen. But also I was like, Simon didn't announce her. Like no one announced the queen and no one's on their knees. But finally they got down, obviously. But I was like, this is a little rude.
Cyrex thought so too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cyrex announced her.
Yeah. Put respect on her name.
Yeah, for real. I felt the same way as Cyrax.
What do you think? Correct seeing Cyrax pull up with sea smoke?
Oh shit, my wife is
Carax is like, wait, is that my like girl back with her ex?
Yeah.
No, Carax.
I thought we were done with that guy
too. He doesn't know it's real.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know what's happening.
Like he was yelling at them like, is that really you?
Like,
hey! Carax is like, yes, it's me, you loser.
Oh
like
noodling his head around like a car dealership noodle thing.
Yeah.
Wacky inflatable flailing arm to mid.
Looks just like Matt Smith, literally. Same thing.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had complicated emotions about that scene because, as you said, right, like no one was bowing when she first came in. Maybe they're like, I don't know, she's a woman who needs no introduction. Look at her hair and dragon. Like you can piece these two things together, right? But at the same time, I'm like, I'm glad that Daemon bent the knee and therefore everyone else did. But I was kind of like, dang, they really had to wait for him to do so instead of like just believing that she had that power.
Yeah.
So to be fair, I feel like if we were to put ourselves in that position, our lords just had us swear fealty to Daemon. Like it's one of those things where like there's less danger in standing there confused in the moment than just being like,
knees.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what to do either.
Girl So Confusing featuring Lord remix for real.
I'd be like, who's that? Who's the blonde lady? Like,
I mean, they don't have posters, so they're like, I mean, that's probably her, but I don't know. I don't have the internet.
Yeah, I just felt personally offended, really, was the whole thing. Just offended.
Yeah. There was no
blonde.
herald. Like, they weren't following proper protocol.
Yeah.
Speaking of protocol, all right. Before we get into the travesty that is this dinner scene and Alt's behavior, I just want to catch up on some super chats because we haven't really spent time in Dragonstone, and I do need to talk about these people.
These people.
I just want to say thank you, Fernando, for the super chat. Okay, how takeout would you girls be if there was a musical episode next season? Make it happen, Ramen Jawadi. Yeah.
Well, is that good or bad? I mean, I'm here for a musical episode always.
I feel like you want a full Broadway musical style, don't you?
Are we talking about?
You mean like Light of the Seven? Like how? What?
I was thinking,
or
like,
do we mean Broadway?
I mean, the Buffy musical episode.
I was gonna say, are we talking about they just no rhyme and reason just break out in song and dance, or there's some magical reason they can't help themselves?
It's the Dance of the Dragons.
Oh my god! Or like the Queen episode of The Magicians. You know, like is that what we're going for? I don't know. Yes, but I would like a Ramin like fully orchestrated episode, no dialogue. I think they could pull it off. I do.
Ooh, that'd be.
It would be bold.
No, we would be fighting for our life more than we already are.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, wait.
I
want like a full blown musical.
Yes,
I want dance numbers.
Oh
Like
my
I want
God.
everything. I want overtures. Like I need it. I want like a whole musical. But which? All right. So all right.
I mean,
a
a
one event
musical
in the day.
standalone is fine, but like to just throw a musical episode into
Grace's not wasting her time on this. She's like, hell no, move on.
Yeah, I think it would be fun. I like it.
Which dragon do you think would be best at twerking?
Oh,
why
Cyrax.
is it Sunfire?
It's Cyrax.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, it's sea smoke.
Probably, but I would love it if it were Vermithor.
Oh.
I feel like it's Sunfire because
He's so mad.
You know, him and Aegon, they're party boys.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Good point.
Moon Dancer puts the dancer in Moon Dancer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and House of Moon, aka the full moon of the booty.
The booty. Moon Dancer got that booty that go like that. Don't stop, don't miss.
I just want to say thank you, Kim Cobain.
What a
super
man.
chat. Simon's drip is flawless. Can we? This is why they don't have money to fix up Harrenhal. He's just buying clothes.
He used the renovation budget. Sorry.
Mood.
Well, he's kind of had to recycle some outfits, so what he has is what he has, guys.
Yeah.
And it's dripping.
Oh yeah.
That turns out that was what the drip in Harrenhal was about.
I was gonna, just like them roofs.
That's why it's so wet over there. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, I might have said these super chats already, guys. Sorry, because I kind of went slightly out of order.
You're fired.
Oh no! From Rob Williams, fave scene was Helaena talking to Aemond. I think we talked about this as well as the movie bus. Helaena standing up to Aemond is my favorite scene. Sorry guys, I'm just playing catch up here on super chats. Want to just make sure I didn't miss anybody. We had one from April. Show thumbs up poll. Daemon stronger or weaker in season 3? I think we're going into a stronger Daemon and Rhaenyra into season 3, especially the way that they ended this. Like, and she told him like, "You're not allowed to leave my side again." Like,
right?
At least in the beginning. Maybe by the end, it gets weaker again.
I think it's stronger in some ways, right? Like it's stronger in some ways, like he's trying and putting an effort into the relationship. But you know, once the trust is broken, it's hard to rebuild the trust. And
well, he went to put his forehead on her forehead like he usually does. And I noticed their foreheads didn't actually touch. I'd have to go back and rewatch to see if like she pulled away or they just didn't connect. But that is something I noticed.
Oh God.
Yeah. Well, it'd also be awkward to do it in front of all these people. Like, whoa, PDA.
Yeah, she's trying to hold down being queen. Also, like she
Yeah.
probably didn't really want him belittling her in front of people. You know, like getting smooched in front of everybody. Like now is not the time to smooch me. I'm the queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have been like Angelina Jolie up in there, like everybody knows. Everybody knows that he fucks you.
We get it. We have a super chat from Julian Kane. Thank you again. Laris being Aegon's only parent. Yeah, I feel like Laris really is. Also, did you guys peep Aegon calling himself the Realm's Delight?
Yeah,
that was weird.
He's so weird.
I
want to be Rhaenyra so bad.
I think that's what it is. You know, I thought it was interesting because he wants to be Rhaenyra in a way. Like, I just want to be loved by Dad who's gone.
He's tweaking him and his exploded sausage.
Oh, brother.
He tried.
Whoa, half brother.
Right?
Okay,
super chat from Michael David. Thank you. Rhaena was riding Dreamfire before Vermithor hatch. So this was in regards to the age of Dreamfire that we were talking about earlier.
Correct. Well, because when Aegon the Conqueror passes, it's like right after he was telling stories to his grandkids, and Rhaena is the oldest grandchild, correct?
Yeah, she's the eldest. So. She claims, I think 12 was when she claims Dreamfire.
Dreamfire wasn't her hatchling?
She claims her. Yeah, it said that she claims her. Like she was very bookish and shy, but then at 12, I think she claims her.
You are right.
And she's like,
I just reread this, so don't. That's the only reason why.
We have a super chat from Camp Belair and House Tatters. Seems like most of the season is set up. I think the end of this episode especially kind of led to that. But yeah, there was a lot of just setting up this season. And I kind of want to, since we haven't really talked about it, this whole dinner sequence was just like,
it's literally just Ulf being an ass. The whole thing.
Yeah, but I thought it was kind of interesting to see that, just because like the way that he acts here is like something that was really charming about him when he's out and about and he's just like drinking, and I'm like, yeah, I love fun person at party. But then here it's like you don't know how to context switch, and I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
Not at all. The worst code switcher of code switchers.
Yeah.
He just cannot. And the fact he's like, can I get more of these little bird things and some wine? Like, and the way he talks, like the fact that he had his feet on the table and Jace is like, yo, take your feet off the table. And he's like, and you are like, you get one little dragon and all of a sudden you got a lot of cojones there, pal.
Well, he had cojones before. The dude was like a pathological liar. And now he actually has like crap to back up all these, grandiose things he's been. To me, it's like not out of left field at all the way they presented Ulf. Especially like Rhaenyra says, like becoming a dragon rider transforms you. I do think like there's something about the dragons that completely flip a person's personality upside down in a lot of ways. Like look at 10-year-old Aemond. How he was just moments before riding Vhagar, and then he gets off and all of a sudden he's like, I'm gonna be the worst.
What will that mean for Rhaena then? Interesting.
Maybe, interesting.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I will say Ulf
like Rhaena, Dreamfire Rhaena.
Oh no.
But yeah, no. Daemon's Rhaena.
Yeah.
So Ulf definitely made the scene cringe. I felt really bad for Hugh and Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hugh's face is just sorry. Him and Jace are like, dog. Can you like just look at the
I mean, so in Ulf's defense, he's a poor guy from Flea Bottom. He's never been in these situations where he doesn't know like it's wrong to be hugging people. I shouldn't be saying more of them little birds. Let me get more of them little birds while the queen's about to toast. Like he doesn't, he's unfamiliar with that. Hugh, his mother is Sarah. She's a Targaryen princess. and Adam's mom, not Marilda, but not Flea Bottom. Poor. I thought like Marilda was well off.
Well, he's socialized on a boat. She owns boats, right? So he's socialized in an environment where he has to be kind of an adult from a young age and working on the boats and being around adults, which, to be fair, sailors, we know what they're famous for, swearing like us.
Also, his older brother is very stern, right? His older brother is very solemn, so maybe he kind of like absorbs that. We can see that they have different personalities, but he's like, because Alan like is like that, so he absorbs it. But I like what you're saying, like, I mean, this is how he's gained social power and made friends before. Why would it not work here for him?
And it's like she says, like he says straight up, like, well, you haven't made me a knight yet. Good for him, right? You're asking me to go on a death mission on a dragon to a war that I don't really actually want in the end. Like, yes, he doesn't have manners, but like also, I don't know, you aren't actually promising him anything. And I do think it's obviously set up to what could happen with him. But I think in some aspects it's fair. He just isn't doing it with a lot of grace.
Yeah. Also, I thought was interesting was when he brings up the fish. He's like, I'm just so happy to not eat fish. Like, he hasn't had a proper meal. Well, he's probably never actually really had a good meal. But especially now with the food shortage in King's Landing, like, he's probably like gorging on food like nonstop. Like, I guarantee he's probably like found out how to order room service at Dragonstone and has been doing that around the clock.
Oh yeah,
he's gonna get consumed by greed. That's for sure. Bit
he's
by
like
bit.
Kevin McAllister in Home Alone.
I was more concerned about like that last montage when they're suiting up. I guess a lot of my predisposition toward him is just knowing how things turn out, but he did seem very like, I was born for this, when they were suiting up. I don't.
When he told Jace, he was like, let us say we don't have Targaryen blood, you and me cut from the same cloth. I was like, ooh.
Jace was having a conniption fit.
Jace is like, your hair is just as dark as they say. He's like
Criston Cole level meltdown going on.
Absolutely internally.
Yeah, he was honestly, I feel like they're setting up Jace's death so much. Like,
the desperation to prove himself.
Yes, like for example, like the look of when the messenger comes in and is like, oh, Rhaenyra, we have word from Harrenhal. Obviously, they would assume it'd probably be either Daemon or Alfred Broom. And it's Sir Simon Strong instead. But the fact that instead of asking Jace to go with her, she takes Adam. And Jace is kind of like...
so butthurt.
He's butthurt. And it's like, I don't think he realizes, like, you staying here to hold down the fort is very vital. Like, this is home base. You're my heir. I'm leaving you in charge, essentially, while I do this little romp to go get your stepdaddy back.
Yeah.
Slash your uncle.
Your stepdaddy, great uncle. Uncle daddy.
Your future father-in-law.
Oh yeah, that too.
Oh, Targaryen family wreath, man, I tell you. But I think he's just gonna, and then look, we're cut from the same cloth type of thing. It's gonna definitely make him want to prove himself more. And that gullet it's calling. It's calling.
Like an arrow through the gullet.
Isn't that like in the books the only time he goes out flying into battle as well?
Yep.
Damn.
First battle, baby's first battle.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well,
too bad.
Rip.
Real.
Truly.
Yeah, we have a couple other super chats I wanted to get to real quick. We have another one from JL. Thank you. I loved how Helena's part in Daemon's vision was in real time.
Yeah.
Me too.
So
amazing internet connection.
I honestly, when he turns to her and has that look on his face, there was a part of him that was like, who the are you?
No, I just thought I don't think he knows who Helaena is, because remember in the beginning of the season when Rhaenyra's like, I would do that to Helaena of all people, and Daemon's like, who?
I agree. I'm not convinced he knows what his other like nephews and niece look like, nor that they exist.
Little blonde,
except for maybe Aemond, which is like, who was it? Someone was joking like, oh, did he see Aemond as looking like himself? Because he's like, I don't actually know what Aemond looks like.
Legit. No, that's exactly what it is. I really don't even think he realizes who this is. I think he's just like, she's probably related to me. She must be like down the line, like that other girl and the guy in the tree. And it's like, no, bro, that's your niece and she's alive and she's like down the street.
He's probably like, I'm not fucking you. I don't know who you are.
Or he's like, after what happened with my mom, I can't trust anybody I see.
Oh.
Please fill out this survey questionnaire to tell me which one of my cousins, nieces, whatever you are.
How are you related in the wreath? Please answer all that apply.
No.
Oh, it's so sad. We have a super chat from Luna Cascade. I do miss some of the episode themes that were done in GOT, like when Cersei blew up the Sept. I wish we had that in Hot D. Ooh. Yeah.
There was
there will never be another Sept episode.
Yeah.
That Light of the Seven, just that whole sequence was just.
It was the first time we had ever played or heard a piano in Game of Thrones too. Mm-hmm. That's what struck me.
There was that piano theme in Alicent and Rhaenyra's scene today when she starts walking off. Very similar to Light of the Seven. So Ramin's cooking. Let him cook. Let him Olivia cook.
Do either of you know if Ramin did the music for Dune?
No, I think that was Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
It sound like the ending of this sounded very Dune.
It just had that high pitched singer. That's all it is.
Yeah, woman
vocalizing. That's why
ancient lamentation.
Yeah.
Yes, that.
Hans Zimmer is most notable for using a lot of collaborators in a lab.
Wouldn't be surprising.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep, yeah, he is. That's how the bigs get big, right? Am I right?
Yep.
Am I right?
Yep.
That's how she goes.
Super chat from Michael David. They have put so much intention into Smoke's personality. I really feel like they're gonna make his death brutal for us.
Oh, and thanks for reminding me now.
Right.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So there was a scene of Mysaria and Rhaenyra, and the dragons are flying around, and Rhaenyra's like, well, who's gonna pay the price? And the dragons roar, and Mysaria like stares at the dragons, and I'm like, fuck all of you. Like, fuck all of you.
Oh my God, yes.
I don't know, like Battle of Rook's Rest, when I first seen that, I cried for like an hour. I can't imagine Tumbleton, God's Eye. God's Eye is gonna put me in the hospital. The dragon pit, I won't even be around for because I'll be dead from being in the hospital from the God's Eye. Like this, like I do understand people saying like this season is slow, but season 3 I feel like is going to be exceptionally brutal. Like we're going to open right up to what would have been episode 9, which will be the gullet.
I agree.
Yeah.
So to confirm, she's not just saying like, oh, I cried so hard. No, she sent a voice message to me and Arah.
Yeah, no, she's like, I don't want to watch this no more. I'm done with this show.
I could not understand what she was saying because she was bawling so bad. And like, I legitimately thought the first time I listened to it, I thought someone that she loved died.
Someone I love
that did happen.
Maylis and Rhaenys.
And then when I listened back to it, I was like, girl.
Like I couldn't even talk about it days later without fucking crying. I'm like, so God's Eye is gonna just kill me because
animals are better than people and fake animals are better than both. Like
reindeer are better than people.
Basically.
Yeah, so we're in for it. Like,
yeah, I guess we're in too, right? Like, I'm pretty in. I guess I'll watch it. I gotta.
Yeah, same.
I was gonna say, I think we're gonna hit most of the big stuff. We're going to. I know I touched on it a little bit at the beginning of the episode, but we'll be back. In 2 weeks, Direwolf City. We're gonna do a dedicated stream just to season 3 predictions. Like, a whole stream for you guys for season 3 predictions.
You know what?
And we're gonna have an outline and stuff. Really professional.
Yeah, we're gonna be so professional. Also, we
We're
have some
gonna
other
do-
cool professional stuff for you guys like coming up soon. That I'm so
We're not
proud
gonna
of.
stick to the outline. Let's be real.
We're gonna try though.
We're gonna make
write
an outline, guys.
and it's
Let's
gonna
get
Outline's a
exist.
suggestion.
Yeah, outlines are
Yeah,
suggestions.
exactly.
Yeah.
Suggestion. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
nice suggestion.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna do some season 3 predictions next in 2 weeks for you guys, and we have some Dunkin' Egg prep coming down the line, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. But I know we're gonna do a separate stream on it. I just want to get you guys as quick, just one prediction for season 3, just one.
Don't make me go first. Mine is like just an easy peasy one that we've been discussing the whole time, so it's not.
Okay, let's take Gullet out of there.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I have a better one.
Wait. I have one. Speaking of the gullet, I think that when Rhaenyra gets a hold of Thailand, instead of torturing him to figure out where the gold is, she's going to be angry because she feels like he's responsible for Jace's death.
Oh.
And that's why she
Interesting.
I like that. Actually, I had a quick Gullet prediction. I think. Well, I'm also going to throw this question back to you guys. Gullet, I think, might be episode 2, if not episode 1.
Interesting.
If not episode 1, personally, I'm thinking probably episode 1, just because but I feel like they need to kind of set it up a little bit, just to like push it up, and then episode 2 go right into it. But the reason why I say all that, I think the first time we see Rhaena on Sheep Stealer might be at the Gullet. Like she's gonna come in towards the end, I think. Kind of like because Nettles is present during the Gullet, so I'm like, Sheep Stealer's around, so somebody's gotta be on it.
And I want to piggyback. Can we just make this all Gullet predictions? I want to piggyback something we've been talking about. That works because then we aren't spoiling other big things too hard. Something we've been talking about is that if Rhaena is taking the Nettles position, that Rhaenyra will take it as a slight that she does not save her children and also blame her at the Gullet. You have that line in the book of Nettles coming back from the Gullet, tear-stained, streaks down her face, full of dirt from the Gullet, and like speechless, right, at the horror that she saw. And I think Rhaena will feel guilty if she doesn't go after those boys if she hears something's going on. So I could see that being the overarching thing that leads to Daemon protecting her against Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
Because and she'll also be upset because Jace.
Yep. Yeah. Jace and both the baby boys. And
question: how are they gonna pull off one of those babies getting on Stormcloud? Is that not gonna be a thing? Because Stormcloud looked really not rideable.
And they don't look, and he didn't look old enough to even have the wherewithal to do all that.
Yeah, retcon, boom, problem solved.
Something's gonna change, maybe. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Someone just throws them both in the sky tied together.
Catapult.
Yeets them out there.
Jaime Lannister with the baby catapult.
They're like, they're flying.
I think, honestly, they'll be not baby Stormcloud. I don't think he's going to make it, but I think someone's going to smuggle out Aegon.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what Rhaena brings back.
Oh, she only brings back Aegon, but couldn't get Viserys. So that that would be nice, because then rather than Aegon being torn up of his guilt for leaving his brother, Rhaena is, and it's even worse because she was supposed to be with both of them to begin with.
Yep.
So, well, the thing is, I think once she gets on Sheep Stealer, she's probably gonna go straight for Dragonstone. That's where, like, you know, and present herself like, oh, look what I did. But by that point, the boys will already have been taken. So I think
then she'll maybe go off.
And then she'll fly out, like, you know, Rhaenyra will tell her, like, you know, now you got to make it up to me, go get your brothers. And then that's how she'll kind of, but I think after Jace's death, she'll be so bitter. That's where she'll get really, like, venomous toward Rhaena.
Yeah.
Or she's just about to get on Sheep Stealer, then all of a sudden someone else like swoops in, yoinks, gets on the dragon, and they're like,
it's Nettles. You know what? I like that prediction way better. I like that so much better.
So season 3, battle Battle of the Gullet. Who all thinks it's episode 1? I think it's episode 1.
I do as well.
End of 1, yeah, or something like that.
Yeah, like how Rook's Rest was the end of 4.
Yeah.
I think it's end of 1. Honey Wine. Because Gullet, Honey Wine, and King's Landing Falling happen like back to back to back.
And they're basically back to back right now because that's all that's left because they pushed it to the next season. And Fish Feet comes later that season, maybe? I don't know.
And we have a 3-day window for Rhaenyra to take King's Landing. Because
exactly.
Alicent said
So I feel like
leaves in 3 days. So we got.
I feel like that might happen first. I feel like that might happen first, and Gullet pushes to like the very end of the first episode / episode 2 resolution.
Or is it like simultaneous, right? So that the victory is hollow.
Yeah,
because she finds out like right after she takes the throne, she's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, your first son's dead."
And Aegon's not here.
Yeah,
that too.
Betrayal.
Oh, I would love that. And then we can have the music that that like from Kill Bill, that
Kill
like
Bill,
that like just like oh my gosh.
And then like Rhaenyra's theme, the drumming, the woman vocalizing, you know, like, really,
hire us.
I do think that Rhaenyra is not going to be so nice in season 3. She won't have much reason to be.
No. She literally took the dragon seeds in the episode and just was like, "Here, tame the dragon. Bye. I'm gonna go watch from the balcony."
That was so messed up.
Yeah.
But that's
like
definitely like where it's setting up like that first turn where Rhaenyra like is willing to sacrifice for what she deems the greater good.
Yeah. I mean, Ulf's a compromise and a sacrifice too, right? She hates his ass, but he's still in the council.
She hates him yet. She's just like, what?
I don't know. The looks she looked at Jace was like, just give him time, I guess.
Just smile and wave.
But also Jace being like, "I'll have you fed to the dogs" is also like super extra.
Oh yeah, he's been so petulant.
He's a very extra guy.
Teenagers.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I really feel like it. Yeah, he and Rhaenyra are gonna leave on a bad note. I really feel like he's gonna leave just arguing with her and be like, "You never let me do anything, Mom." Meh. And then he's like, "I'm gonna go on my first battle," and then like, yeah, because even Baela's seen more action than him, and he's probably like, yeah. Oh, I'm sad. It's gonna be so sad.
Can't wait.
Yeah, y'all enjoy this piece now. We're gonna be in for it next season. But on that note,
are we waiting Alisha, 2 years?
I hope not. That'd be so dumb. I'm so sick of these shows being like 2 years later.
Yeah, so I heard they were filming already. So
oh, really? Nice.
Or not already, but this year instead of next year. So in the fall.
Okay,
oh,
that's
thank
soon.
Goodness.
That's so soon. That's like in a month.
Yeah,
2 months.
Yeah. So originally they were saying they weren't going to be filming till next year. So sooner than we thought.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Full steam ahead.
What if they already filmed the Battle of the Gullet, guys?
Oh yeah, just like how George had to move some pages from.
That's what I've been wondering.
Because then we get it faster.
Yeah, I mean it's possible.
I hope we get it right after Dunk and Egg. Let's go.
Ooh.
That'd be crazy.
Honestly, I miss one thing I'm excited about with Dunk and Egg is I feel like we're finally going to get a show that's going to be back every single year, like we used to have with Game of Thrones when it first started, where it was an annual occasion rather than like a year and a half, another year and a half, 2 years, like
13 years.
Yeah, they don't have to do as much in post-production, so I think we can really get like an annual, like a season every year, which means we'll have 1 year where we get House of the Dragon and Dunk and Egg.
Stop.
That's interesting.
Oh my gosh. Get hype.
Get hype, guys.
And then we get
I'm a little scared. My only fear.
Okay, see, I don't want to get that excited.
Dunk and Egg is gonna supersede the books, just like Game of Thrones did.
Yeah.
And,
it probably will.
Well, I guess it doesn't have to because they are like contained stories. They could, they're not gonna because profit, but they could theoretically stop after the 3.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll put one of those out. Get hype.
Honestly, all right, this is probably going to sound
Duels of
blasphemous.
Winterfell so bad.
Yeah.
I want Fire and Blood 2
Me too.
more
Same.
than I want the Winds of Winter, which I know sounds like
Same.
Oh no, you're
blasphemy.
tripping. You're
The
tripping.
only reason why I say that,
King George.
only reason why I say that is because I need the answers of what's going to happen at Summerhall more than I need a lot of things in this world.
Okay,
Well, you
I
can
need
just
the
get that
truth.
with this show instead, with the Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
I need to know how Maekar dies. I need to know about the hawk, the pig, and the what do you call
Alora and Aelor, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need
Like,
more
there's
tea on Shiera Sea Star. Like, I have a list.
Like, what if they call it a gross mishap or whatever? There's just, I feel like all the juicy stuff is in Fire and Blood Volume 2. Like, I don't know. I'm just very poised toward, like, all Targaryens all the time. No Targaryen fatigue here. I need it.
Oh my gosh.
Same. Oh, we have a super chat from Luna Cascade. What shows next, ladies? So, for us at least, we plan on covering that Dune show, the Bene
Dune
Gesserit show.
Prophecy.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch that. I'm excited to listen to you guys.
Thanks. I mean, if you guys want to, come by and hang out.
I'll have my people call your people, babe.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know enough.
We also plan on some
Neither does Alisha. That's
primers.
what's great.
What now?
No, she said she doesn't know enough about Dune, and I said neither do you. That's why it's great.
Yeah, yeah. It'll be amusing.
Yeah.
They'll be explaining everything to me like I'm 5.
Aw.
But we do have some primers leading up to Dunk and Egg that we're most like to do. We plan on doing, talking about the great bastards.
Egg on the 5th. Egg on the 4th.
Yeah.
Blood Raven.
Blackfires. It's gonna be juicy.
All kinds of stuff.
The teats. Let's just do a whole episode about the teats.
Are they
Get hype.
Barbas or Melissas? LOL. We know they're Melissas. Anyways,
what are you?
Tell us
you
in the
guys.
chat.
Chloe and Eliana, Girls Gone Canon, they're gonna have their finale breakdown up, right?
Yeah,
you guys break it down.
We will be doing our breakdown. It should be out Tuesday for all patrons at our patreon.com/girlsgonecanon, CANON. And then we'll have it out for public on Wednesday on all platforms for podcasts. So take a listen to that. We'll have it on social media and all that. And then we're taking a couple weeks possibly off just to reinvigorate, right? Sleep, get sanity. We'll put out a couple bonus episodes probably during that time, and then we'll return with 2 last Unleash the D, our primer series show that we do for Hot D. It'll just be closing out Hot D with a friend for costuming and then another friend about all sorts of stuff. And then we'll go back to our ASWAF POVs and we'll be doing the epilogues next. So it'll be fast, and then we'll be doing...
I was waiting for you to say that.
Something else. So getting down there, though. Getting down there. Could be anyone.
Make sure you guys check them out. Their podcast is amazing. They're long time collaborators with us.
Long time.
Yes.
Y'all get me through weight workouts. I want y'all to know.
Oh, really?
Oh my
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. I love that.
So,
You guys keep me company on the days that I'm working by myself in the office. And it's just me and then you guys in my ear.
We're coworkers.
It's beautiful.
It's always great listening to your friends, and getting to listen to you guys over the last few weeks of your takes and stuff. It's great. It feels like we're together, even though we're not.
Exactly.
But it feels like we are.
You guys are.
Yeah. Well, we are right now.
Actually, we are literally right now. That's so true.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are wearing black and green. I don't know why it took me that long to realize that.
That was a coincidence, actually.
In fact, I was like, I should change before this. That's kind of messed up.
Yeah, she actually had something else on before this because she's like, I don't want them thinking I'm Team Green.
Yeah, it ain't like.
No, we know where your heart is. We know where your heart is. All right, we have one last super chat before we all head out for the night. Thank you, Brian Autumn. Do you guys think we'll see Alan's more defiant characteristics next season or season 4? I want to see hints of the Alan that pisses off Unwin. LOL.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking Oaken Fist is rising. He's starting. The Oaken Fist is coming, man.
After that speech that Corlys gave him about like you need to learn how to rile them up a little bit, like inspire your men. I'm like, oh yeah, my boy's coming. Can't wait. I can't wait.
We have a comment that says y'all should watch Interview with the Vampire. So we talked about actually reading the books.
Yes.
Oh,
on Direwolf City.
Taking a journey into the world of Anne Rice.
Yes.
Lots to come.
Yes. So make sure you guys are subscribed, have the notification bell and all the other stuff for, announcements for, what's coming next down the pipeline. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been a great season. Dang, it's over. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you to all our moderators that held it down. Yes. And Jackie C, thank you for posting their link in the chat. Yes. Guys, go to their podcast.
Oh my God.
Carla.
I'm sorry. That came out. Oh my God.
Carla saw me for real. I love that.
Yeah, I love it.
Amazing.
But yes. So just make sure you guys are checking out Girls Gone Canon on all podcast platforms that have podcasts. LOL. But anyway, thank you guys for hanging with us this season. We really appreciate all of you. We appreciate you guys for joining us tonight. Chloe and Eliana.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, so we're gonna skedaddle. So bye, everybody. We'll be back in 2 weeks for season 3 predictions. So we'll see you guys then. So bye.
And let's do that thing where we say weird